Good morning. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? This mine, yeah.
There's also a blanket.
Voilà, intéressant. All is imagination. All is imagination. Even when through Satsang or reading all what about the subject is there, which is a clarity, which becomes an it dispels the ignorance or the confusion and it becomes an understanding. It was due to a confusion, but now the confusion is also to believe that the clarity, the understanding of the subject is more real than the confusion. So all what could be suggested is just stop for, it doesn't matter the time, just stop to meditate. And don't try to know if you are in the right place, if it's this, because then you follow your mind again. Just stop, give yourself moments of stop, just to not be busy anymore, just for a moment, with imagination. Because imagination is very tyrannic and one suffers. Let it be towards the darkness, let it be towards the light. And that's it. That's what is. That's what Satsang gives an emphasis to. That treasures what one can never know what it is, but what we see is that when one stops, not following the mind, it's a great rest. Don't try to know what it is. Just be it. And then everything, the creation continues, rises again. Doesn't matter. But treasure those moments. Any question about this? Any whatever? Welcome. Yeah, hi. The mic?
I often hear you talk about stopping for a moment, but I don't hear you talking much about putting awareness on the self during activity.
Oh my God, because I don't believe in that. Putting awareness of the self on your activities.
No, putting awareness on the self during activities.
On the what?
Yourself.
Yourself.
During activity.
Yeah, during activities. Because it's not needed. You are always You know, when you stop, it's always available. Okay? And the rest, it's an explanation, comes from there, rises and disappears there. It's also an explanation, which is part of the imagination, it's part of the clarity of things. Why should we make any effort to... And what do you mean by awareness? I said to you, stop, and don't even name it. Don't try to know what it is. And who told you that activity is different than when you just stop? You see, with the imagination and some kind of understanding, one is still bound to many concepts. For example, this one. Now I have to be aware. I don't know if I understood well. Aware while activity.
Aware of
aware.
yourself whilst-
And who told you that you are not aware? It's not because you are busy that whatever. It's all imagination. So that's what I say. But to be at peace with this search and with the findings eventually and with the attainments eventually, which doesn't give peace, to be at peace with that, just give yourself a moment of absolutely nothing. And don't try to know what it is, because then you are again in the vicious circle of search or findings. Hmm? How can the mind can ever conceive what it is? But instead of searching and all that, you know that it's not going into the mind for a split second. It's very clear. It's not like long time meditation or whatever. Because that split second just removes search, seeker, findings, attainments, non-attainments.
I guess in my own life I notice there are times when I'm somewhat active
Yeah.
and still I'm aware of the silence in the background,
Yeah.
and other times when I'm not aware of the silence in the background.
Yeah.
So it seems to me there is a choice.
You know, the silence of the background. Don't take it. It's wonderful for the life to have beach or spaces of that. Of course, your life is less a tyranny. You found a way to stop. But then here I would say, don't even call it the silence of the background. Otherwise you will be running after that, you see. Which is good for the life, I totally agree. But now here we are trying to be at peace. You see, to be at peace with findings and with a previous search and with all those things, and with the understanding that there is a background, there is a creativity, there is a creation, there is a world which is that also and all that. How can you manage? How can you manage? You know, you have sometimes glimpses, experiences of that, but you can never recollect properly in time. So you are always running after some things which looks more true. It's not because something gives you moments of peace or moments of detachment that it is more true. It's just good. It's just a good way to live. Mm. So when you stop, maybe it's exactly the same, but don't name it. Because if you name it, the silence of the background, you will find an experience more real than another. So, just don't be there. You see, whatever one expresses is it will be taken with the mind. For example, to say stop, one could also fight that word. And my master was telling, did you ever run that you have to stop? You know? And yet at some moment, we don't know why, it can make sense. So, any question? If there is any search still, there must be a question. Yeah. Where is the mic?
I think I get stuck in, once you have seen it, there's no doubt anymore. It's very clear.
Ah.
And that gives me, then I think, well, I'm still doubting, I haven't seen it. That keeps me in a kind
But
of...
why should you see anything?
Well, the saying, once you know, there is no, you can never go back to thinking.
Then why did you go back? You know, what you speak about, it's a life when you give a moment which is always available to it. It's not something in the mind that you acquire. That's what I say. What you acquire is eventually an understanding, but that will make you search more. You have to make it alive. How? I have no other words for now than to say just stop knowing that you never ran. That is treasurable. That is the vigilance spoken of with, by the wise people. In the mind, you can run after something or you can acquire something. That is the only thing the mind can give you. It's not falling into those two traps, this duality. I cannot speak more about that. I just know that whatever you utter, and then also not speak because, that is also a very spiritual big trap. They teach while being like this for 1 hour, silent, where they were. Maybe they were right, but 1 second is enough. But if you think that the silence is it, you are also fucked. Really. So it's time to hear those things. Why do we go to Tiruvannamalai and all this to go around the mountain? To be in peace, in silence, in the aura of Ramana. Be in your own aura, wherever you are. How? Just stop. A moment is enough to speak in terms of time. This is worth hundreds of pradakshinas. No, I don't say don't do pradakshinas or don't do those things, because it may lead you through some grace to hear this. But you see, if you run all your life because you don't hear this, it was not also the goal of Ramana. After all, he said, inquire, who am I? And basta. He didn't say more things. He said more things to help seekers according to their questions. So where are you now? Only the mind troubles. Only the mind troubles, or is arrogant enough to say that he's not troubled. It's like, you see, just to show an example, you can say, and you may be very sincere and honest, telling, I know myself. but yeah, I'm still this, that, but doesn't matter. I know myself. That sentence is a cleverness of the mind, not to make you available to what it says. So when you say, I know myself, yeah, it's okay, as an understanding, it's okay. But you will never be at peace if you land on that understanding. So instead of being quite, oof, I know myself finally, just spare a moment of being yourself. No, but I know everybody passes through that. Because then in the end they always say, I know myself, I know myself. It's okay, you know yourself, but meanwhile you never give a moment to that. Okay, so in the end it's troublesome. It gives trouble. Yeah. Yeah. I've done the same. The mind cannot conceive, you see, something else than or you search to attain something, or you attain something and then it's a fixed state. It cannot. And those words, you see, radical, sudden, if it is taken by the mind, it will give you, yeah, it is a radical, forever attainment of mind. Forget it. Forget it. It is as tender as the butterfly's wing, and strong like hundreds of Arunachalas. Yeah.
I better tell you something instead of thinking about it all the time.
Yeah, sure.
For me, the word stop, it's more like, to me it sounds like you have to surrender.
Yeah.
And because of some past experiences, I
Yeah.
find it so hard not to surrender.
You can surrender. Stop can, yeah, why not? I take it, okay, I like surrender.
I don't like.
I don't like the word surrender. Then don't take it. Just stop then. Surrender may look like, okay, I have to will be. If it is so, just remove that image. Give me another name then. Give me. Maybe it's a good word.
No, I connect the word stop to when I stop, I will be lost. And
Lost.
yeah.
Did you stop to... Just stop and then see if you can be lost. I think it's when you don't stop that you are lost. Oh.
Yeah.
Or don't do anything. That's still the best. But then don't go into some direction. Just the time of a blink, but really do it. Is it okay?
Yes.
Whatever word If it brings you in the past, don't take it. Just don't take it. Okay? The past is the mind. Don't take it. My master had a strong sentence, huh? Vomit the past. Vomit the past, you know? Because some lives are based on their past, again, past. Vomit the past. As soon as you see you go in the past, stop it. Vomit the past. It's surely not speaking about who you are. And your story, oh, smelling. Enough. Oh. And if you can't help to speak always about the past, write down, make a book, and then be freed. Yeah. It will never, ever give you a moment of peace. So write down, and don't look anymore. If I had a fantastic life with my master. Do you think I base my life on this? No. No. If you ask me, I said, yeah, wow, what a blessing I had. But I don't base my life on this. Because my own master, with whom I had a fantastic life, said, vomit the past. I do it. Then what? That's why there were a few philosophers who said, live the present, you are only happy when you live the present, but they didn't generally explain well what does it mean. Yeah. Because in time there is no present. Forget it. Totally appreciate to drink presently this coffee. I am enjoying, but this is not the present which makes me happy. I hope you understand. Orisuka, you just land.
I was in the sentence, forget the past.
You were where?
In my mind,
Yeah.
I was just with the words, forget the past.
Ah.
Yeah.
And you do it? Because it's one thing to know it, but it's another thing to do it.
I have many written down from my past.
No, I speak.
Years ago,
Years
I-
ago.
yeah, I have much written on in a paper
Hmm.
from my past. What I
Yeah, is it good? It's
really
good.
was- yeah.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah,
Then you
that
don't
was
need
very
to
good.
go and read again. You don't need.
No.
Yeah.
It was oh yeah, that is, well, that was for me very important to say it, to give it
No,
words.
sure. Otherwise, you will repeat it every day again
Yeah.
and again.
Yeah.
So better to write. You know it's there, how precious it is. It's there,
Yeah.
but you don't look at it anymore because it's there. It will not be forgotten. Some people may read it and so on.
Mhm. I've thrown it away.
No, it's very important.
Nothing to have with me. It can go now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you go by yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, it gives peace. Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah. And the future is the only thing.
Future,
I will be open to.
future.
I didn't understand.
So
what is-
vomit, past and future.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What has to happen will happen anyway.
Yeah.
So we don't need to think of it.
Nothing to strive. I'm very happy to be here and to be on this place in my life. And,
But it's the same wherever you are.
yeah.
But welcome. In Satsang it helps because you know very well, wherever you are, very strangely, you hardly give a moment to not to go with things. So satsang at least it's in the life and it gives that opportunity more easily. Because you're not in satsang if you are in your mind. So if you sit in satsang, it's just to honor that. So it's maybe a bit easier. Anything you want to hear? Hmm?
It's just for curiosity.
Yes.
Can you say something about the symbol of the three wise monkeys?
The symbol of
The three wise monkeys who doesn't hear,
the
doesn't
tree is
speak.
from China. This is from China. And what is the other one?
Doesn't
Ah.
see.
Only three senses, they forgot two others. This and this. Okay. The Chinese wisdom. But a monkey, we know very well that it is us. We are like monkeys jumping always from one thought to another. Alors, to ask a monkey not to see. Oh. It's not that he is blind, it's not that he lost his eyesight. It's just to suggest that don't be deluded by what you see. Don't be deluded by what you hear. Don't be deluded by what you swallow or you say. There are two ways with the mouth. That's it. But it's a very good symbol because to admit that it is me as a human being, as a monkey. And it's not three monkeys, it's all in one. It means very much that one believes he is jumping and believes all those things. So is he a monkey if he cannot see, if he cannot hear and speak or swallow? He's no more a monkey. So that's the Chinese wisdom. And maybe the universal wisdom. My father had that on his desk. I have seen those monkeys since I'm very small. It's all about teaching to withdraw. Some have the symbol of turtles, the turtle which goes inside, and so on. So why they say withdraw? Because we are more at peace. One is at peace when it withdraws for just a sec. Which other symbol is like that? So the turtle, monkeys,
Shell, it's the same thing.
shell.
It's like a tortoise, the shell.
Mm. Yeah.
The hermit in Tarot.
The,
The hermit. It's retreat. We have spiritual retreats.
Okay.
Actually, it's withdrawal.
Okay. Yeah, it's all to say the same direction. To hear that, don't be deluded, there's absolutely no direction. But you have to pass through that, it's sure. The mind is too wide, too wide. You ride a tame horse, not a stallion. Too wide. Wild, sorry. Practice. So you remain a wise monkey. Is a monkey too much, huh? This is the problem with all the symbols, because they may have their use, of course. It may help for a while to understand their meaning and so on, to give practices and all. But you see, the symbol then remains. It becomes the achievement. The achievement while it is a direction. So one thinks he has to be like a yogi, thinks like he has to be a monkey without senses working, and so on and so on. So that's why, at some point, one has to hear there is a monkey too much, there is a yogi too much, there is something too much. Then you are free. But not a fixed freedom. It's available every time. The creation will always present something. Always. Widely present. So don't trust any presentation, enjoy if you like, but let it go when it goes. It's part of the mind. Present is part of the mind. Do you imagine that the mind is crowded as much as all those drops of rain with thoughts? How can you not feel suffocating? But beautiful outside. Okay, what's the time? You want something more? A curiosity, something? Why not? Ah. Is it a curiosity or?
I don't know if I can find it at the moment, but at the Mahasamadhi they used a phrase of Papaji, and I wanted to ask already for some time if you can speak about these words that they choose from him.
Yeah, in Ramanashram. No, where?
It was online, written when it was
Ah,
the
okay,
Mahasamadhi.
tell me.
Yeah, I don't know them, I need to
Yeah.
look at my phone. Is it okay to do that?
Yeah, sure. It's a good sign that you could not remember.
I deleted already the place where I found it. Yeah, so I can bring it
But you
back.
frustrate me now. Why did you delete? Tell me now.
I deleted the place where I not where it, where I.
But
find
where
it.
is the sentence?
On that app, and I deleted it there.
So it did its work. Another very curious curiosity.
The cloud is vomiting the past.
Thank you.